If you have anger issues, if small thing annoys you, quick please, just avoid this movie. I'll tell you why in a second. Royal Company is a story and screenplay written by Confidence Onigbuch, directed by Barnabas Benjamin, produced by Precious Kadiri, and executively produced by Ruth Kadiri, also starring as Uzoma. This movie, titled Royal Company, is currently streaming on the YouTube channel with same name. Synopsis is Hannah is the prince of Adina Kingdom, but his father King Aziabi and mother, the queen, are not exactly pleased with his shenanigans as he leads a recklessly carefree life, frolicking around the palace like that. Uzoma is betrothed to Hannah, but the duo don't get along. The latter would then get to a point where he has to make a decision. What informed this? What action did Hannah take? My take is straight up, this movie didn't do it for me. Although the acting from 70% of the actors and the vivid nature of the camera quality managed to help me endure, the scripting, sequencing, and plot, however, kept getting in the way to a disturbing level for me. And I'm not even kidding. See, there's no sugarcoating this. Filmmaking these days is appearing to be a joke. It is even more annoying that for an industry like Nollywood at this point in time, which should be in an advanced stage competing healthily in the global market, we still have productions like these to grapple with. The reason for this isn't far-fetched. Everyone is chasing the bag and the numbers. Apparently, for the umpteenth time, it is quantity over quality. Who cares? As for this particular movie, it was highly predictable. As if that isn't enough, it is heavily flawed with an abundance of inconsistencies. Let me put this into perspective to drive home my point. My observation are: 1. Not only is the story a regurgitation and combination of different Nollywood movies from yesteryears, the direction and location didn't do justice. Was that building supposed to be a palace? That was clearly a non-residential structure or a hotel at best. That was obvious, right? These people must think that viewers still wear nappies. 2. For an epic movie, we never got to see villagers, nor the iconic Azimu, or the one that is like an advisor or second in command to the king. Neither was there a council of elders. Even the king to appear to be a figurehead at some point till much later towards the end of the movie. Yes, I remember now. Onowu. There wasn't an Onowu. We didn't also see the layout of the supposed community. Movies are about believability, right? 3. The scripting, plot, and direction were not in sync. Which kingdom treats a prince in that way, whether a no-gooder or not? How does a queen tell a subject to go wake up a sleeping prince for the sole reason that his betrothed is visiting? Then, the prince's personal aide Chidi goes over the prince's chambers, sprinkles water over the prince on his bed simply because he wants to wake him up. Who does that? 4. The manner of disrespect on the prince by all and sundry is the worst I've seen in movies. See, it didn't make sense. What? At some point, you think he's only 5 years old. But come on, even toddler kings are accorded more respect than the one witnessed in this film. 5. Though they try to incorporate a backstory and a twist, This, however, didn't help the situation much. Not only have we seen these used in 1001 epic Nollywood movies, the approach here too didn't work in the favor of the film. How is it that only the midwife knew the gender of the baby the queen was expecting? We were made to understand that the queen was under pressure, hence, she did what she did. But we only saw the queen mother make a statement to her which had even more irregularities in itself. The movie followed a template which to me is a lazy approach to storytelling. We see a prince and his betrothed at loggerheads, and not before long, we see jealousy creeping in as one can't stand the other being with somebody else. And then boom, love blossoms out of the blue. The end. How predictable can a movie be? 7. Yuzoma's reaction the first time she saw the prince after her return from God knows where was absolutely misplaced, a serious cause for one of the many eye-rolling moments for me. That scene was one of the worst. Did they not keep in touch enough for her to know some of his many bad habits? 8. The ending? Oh, the ending pissed me off too. If the king wanted to banish the queen for what she did, he should have just done that outright. Why conduct such activity when the queen is still on the floor? It seems respect isn't a thing for the writer of the story. A maid so much as had the effrontery, the temerity, the guts to confront the prince's betrothed for the sake of the prince. That was the height of indiscipline in that so-called palace. 9. Let's not even talk about the title. Okay, perhaps we'll just pretend the royal company was Chidi, the royal aide to the prince who keeps the prince company. No. Scratch that. I'm not gonna pretend. Were they referring to the company Yuzoma was busy on her laptop with, inputting digits we had no clue of? Honestly, the title seems all over the place with the story. 10. This movie was as stressful to watch as it was annoyingly frustrating. Too many inconsistencies. Flashback starts with the queen, her son, the guards, and Nkolli's mother, who by the way really looks like Nkolli herself. Next thing, flashback finishes, returns to a screen where we see the king, Yuzoma, and everyone else. Did I miss something? 11. Samuel Nwajogu, who played Chidi, would need some brush-offs in terms of his acting skills. There seems to be some friction in his character interpretation. No offense. There's more, but I'd rather stop here. Conclusively, although Ruth's acting here was befitting of the role as she interpreted her character well for the most parts, I didn't quite enjoy the overall outcome of the entire movie as elucidated above. One lesson one could somewhat deduce from here is to not allow pressures of life push you into making a decision that would later be the end of you, cause at the end of the day, everyone would be just fine. Even this message was not properly coordinated or depicted, couldn't help but give the rating I did. Have you seen this? What did you think? Not every writer understands real-time storytelling. Screenplay is beyond just formatting, and our producers are not helping matters at all. When they reach out to writers, they will be like, this is a YouTube film, limited locations, few cast, budget-friendly, and romance. And trust me, as a screenwriter, these drains the creative juice and hinders the writer's ability. Giving the writer a day or two to write a feature-length script. This makes the writer desperate and be under pressure to craft out those compelling stories. Finland Godson does storyteller imagine them saying it's a YouTube film. So it's free for viewers, right? But we still pay for data to watch those movies now. Just because we don't subscribe like we do to Netflix or Prime, they think they can produce anything. A time is coming when people will only go for quality. They should continue. It's just a matter of time. It's the ending that got me upset. The marriage was not meant to hold. Is Woma now a daughter or daughter-in-law to the family? Why didn't they make things right and everybody goes back to their real family? So when they give birth to their kids now, how will they explain the situation to them? It doesn't just sit with me. And there was no chemistry between the prince and Uzoma. The love seemed forced. Should I talk about the prince's relationship with his companion? No respect. He talks to him anyhow. I'm my books. This was officially the worst of Ruth Kadiri productions I've watched. The story, plot, and screenplay, none worked. I think she needs a vacation in an island so she can re-strategize.